Sure did. The Roger, a thin slice of meat and nothing else.
Many fans have been curious about what happened to the cast of What's Happening after the show ended. It has been 45 years since the final episode aired, and the lives of many cast members took tragic turns. Some experienced heartbreakingly sad lives, while others passed away under tragic circumstances at relatively young ages. One cast member's lifeless body was discovered days after their passing. Another's health declined so rapidly they could hardly walk. One was paralyzed after a near-fatal accident, and another lost both their legs. Watch this video to learn more, including which actor lost everything and ended up homeless. Danielle Spencer as Dee Thomas. Dee Thomas, real name Danielle Spencer, was the annoying little sister to the main character Roger Raj Thomas. If she wasn't trying to blackmail her brother or his friends, she would try to squeeze money out of them or get them in trouble. Her two catchphrases summed her character up perfectly. "Oh, I'm telling Mama," and "Oh, you're going to get it, Raj." Towards the third season, Dee matured, and she and her brother got along much better, especially after Raj moved out of the house. Danielle was born on June 24, 1965, making her about 10 years old when the show aired, roughly the same age as Dee. However, some cast members were somewhat unhappy with how the character was written. Dee was portrayed as a bratty, too-big-for-her-shoes little girl who somehow always managed to get the last word or deliver the best punchlines. While it made for good comedy, it was out of touch with real-world family dynamics. Even though she grew up as a child TV star, life has not been easy for Danielle Spencer. She has faced numerous life-threatening events, but continues to maintain a positive outlook. During an interview on Oprah Winfrey's show, Where Are They Now?, Danielle openly discussed her tragic experiences and said, "Even going through all of this, I still know that there's a plan for me. I'm still here for a reason. And that's what I have to think of." In 1977, when she was just 11 years old, Danielle was on her way to the set of What's Happening with her stepfather, Tim Pelt. They were involved in a tragic car accident that claimed Pelt's life immediately. Danielle sustained severe injuries, including a broken arm, leg, and pelvis, as well as facial injuries. After being in a coma for 3 weeks, Danielle demonstrated remarkable resilience by recovering in time to return to the set for the next season of the hit TV show. To accommodate her recovery, her hair was styled in a special way to cover the injuries on her face. Despite her brave return to work, this event profoundly impacted her life. Years later, after building a life outside of entertainment, Danielle Spencer faced new health challenges. In 2003, she began to experience numbness in her feet and legs and was diagnosed with a spinal condition likely connected to her earlier accident. This led to spinal surgery to remove a calcified disc. Danielle spent about 8 months in a wheelchair and underwent intensive physical therapy to learn to walk again. Despite the difficulties, she eventually managed to walk using arm crutches. In 2014, Danielle faced yet another major health battle when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. After a biopsy, she made the difficult decision to undergo a double mastectomy. Reflecting on this period, Danielle said, "It was definitely one of the worst times in my life. You feel helpless. You can't do what you want to do. It leads to depression. I had so much support from friends and family." Her health struggles did not end there. In 2018, Danielle underwent emergency brain surgery, once again related to complications from her childhood accident. Despite these ongoing health issues, she demonstrated remarkable resilience, recovering fully while continuing to use crutches to aid her mobility. On the bright side of Danielle Spencer's life, she made the remarkable decision to leave acting at a young age to pursue a career as a veterinarian at Tuskegee University. She has practiced as a vet for over 22 years in the Los Angeles area, demonstrating her dedication and love for animals. Her contributions to the field were recognized in 2016 when she was inducted into the National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. Danielle has also shared her life story in her book, Through the Fire, Journal of a Child Star, where she opens up about her struggles growing up as a child star and the impact of her accident. The book offers an honest and inspiring account of her journey, highlighting her resilience and determination. Despite the many challenges she has faced, Danielle maintains a positive outlook on life. She feels grateful for her experiences and believes that something even better awaits her in the future. Her story is a testament to her strength and optimism, serving as an inspiration to many who face their own hardships. Shirley Hemphill as Shirley Wilson. Shirley Wilson, whose real name was Shirley Hemphill, played the wisecracking waitress with a sharp tongue at the soda bar where the three main characters, Raj, Rerun, and Dwayne, frequented. As a heavyset woman, she often found herself the target of fat jokes, but was always quick to retort with her hilarious one-liners. Born on July 1, 1947, Hemphill was around 28 years old when the show first aired in 1975, likely a few years older than her character. After What's Happening concluded, Hemphill was offered her own show, One in a Million. She played Shirley Simmons, a taxi driver who unexpectedly inherits a multi-million-dollar corporation and a massive fortune from one of her passengers. Despite its promising premise, the show was short-lived and canceled after just a few weeks. Following this setback, Hemphill continued her career primarily in comedy clubs across the country. She made minor guest appearances on popular shows such as The Love Boat, Trapper John, M.D., and Pryor's Place, before reprising her role as Shirley Wilson in What's Happening Now. When the sequel series ended in 1988, Hemphill took on smaller roles, but her health increasingly interfered with her ability to act. By the time she appeared on The Jenny Jones Show in 1997, her health had severely declined and she could barely walk. Despite these challenges, Hemphill continued to work until her last screen role in 1999, appearing in an episode of the television series Lynx. Sadly, in December 1999, Shirley Hemphill was found dead at her home in West Covina, California. She was only 52 years old at the time of her passing. Authorities believed she died from natural causes. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department revealed that Hemphill's gardener discovered her body face down in her home. According to the report, she appeared to have been dead for some time. Hemphill reportedly lived alone. Hemphill played the gang's sharp-tongued provocateur on the show What's Happening, quickly becoming a fan favorite for her quick wit and memorable one-liners. Throughout her career, Hemphill's role in What's Happening left a lasting impact, showcasing her talent and comedic timing. Her untimely death marked the end of a vibrant and influential life in entertainment. Mabel King as Mabel, Mama Thomas. Mabel Mama. Thomas, real name Mabel King, was the beloved mother of the lead character Raj and his younger sister Dee on the show What's Happening. As a divorced single mother, she served as the wise and authoritative figure in her household, balancing love and strictness while often offering motherly advice to Raj's friends, Rerun and Dwayne. Born on December 25, 1932, King was around 42 years old when the show first aired, possibly a few years younger than her character. King, who began her career on Broadway, made her debut acting and singing as Maria in Porgy and Bess. She later starred in several musicals, including Hello, Dolly, where she played Ernestina, Don't Play Us Cheap, and The Wiz, where she co-starred with Diana Ross as Eveline, the Wicked Witch of the West. Before her acting career took off, King began singing in church as a young girl. She eventually earned her living as a nightclub singer, showcasing her powerful voice. Despite her success on Broadway and television, King's personal life was marked by hardship. She divorced her husband, Melvin King, in 1989 after 22 years of marriage. Her later years were plagued by health issues, and she died in relative obscurity, far from the spotlight she once enjoyed. In the mid-70s, Mabel King landed the role of a single mom in the sitcom What's Happening, where she portrayed the beloved Mama Thomas. She appeared in the show for 2 seasons until its cancellation in 1978. Even during its run, Mabel had concerns about the direction the show was taking. After What's Happening ended, Mabel was approached in 1985 to revive her role for the reboot titled What's Happening Now. However, she turned down the offer, feeling that the terms offered were inadequate, and the show proceeded without her involvement. She was unhappy that Mama was written as a stereotypical divorced black woman working as a maid. King believed the show had a significant opportunity to provide strong parental role models for black audiences, calling the missed chance one of television's biggest tragedies. Despite being the show's moral fiber, her character was increasingly undermined by the children, particularly Dee. During the late 70s, Mabel had the opportunity to star in several notable comedies. She appeared in The Jerk alongside Steve Martin, playing his adoptive mother, Mama Johnson, reprising a role she first performed on stage. Mabel also returned to her iconic role as the Wicked Witch of the West in Sidney Lumet's film adaptation of The Wiz. Her performance earned her a Drama Desk Award nomination for Outstanding Featured Actress in a Musical and opened doors to other significant film roles. King's last 2 films were 1988's Scrooged, starring Bill Murray, and the 1990 film Dead Men Don't Die. Although her career never fully soared after What's Happening, her impact on the show and her efforts to advocate for better representation on television remains noteworthy. In the late 1980s, Mabel's health began to decline significantly. Diagnosed with diabetes, a condition exacerbated by her weight, she underwent the amputation of one of her toes in 1986. Despite these challenges, Mabel faced further health setbacks. In 1991, she suffered a debilitating stroke that led to her admission to the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital in Woodland Hills, California. Complications from diabetes necessitated the amputation of Mabel's left leg in 1991, followed by her right leg in 1994, and eventually one of her arms. These physical losses were compounded by a devastating personal tragedy, the death of her only son, Larry, in 1996. On November 9, 1999, Mabel passed away at Kaiser Foundation Hospital at the age of 66. Having undergone dialysis for many years, she succumbed to organ failure when her kidneys shut down. Mabel had divorced her husband, Melvin King, in 1989 after 22 years of marriage, and she passed away alone. Her death was only publicly announced 2 weeks later, and many of her longtime friends and colleagues from her career were unaware and therefore unable to attend her funeral. It was a poignant end for a woman who had brought joy and laughter to many throughout her life. Since her passing, fans have sought out her work, and Mabel has garnered a dedicated following of admirers, both longtime fans and newcomers drawn to her undeniable talent. Her legacy endures through those who cherish memories of her infectious laughter and her enchanting voice, ensuring that Mabel King's impact on entertainment and her audience will never be forgotten. Haywood Nelson as Dwayne Nelson. Dwayne Nelson, known by his real name Haywood Nelson, portrayed one of the closest friends to the main character Raj on the popular sitcom What's Happening. He played the reserved and painfully shy character who often struggled with anxiety around girls, fitting in at school, and concerns about his future. His iconic catchphrase, "Hey, hey, hey," became a part of everyday vernacular during the show's run. Haywood was born on March 25, 1960, which meant he was approximately 15 years old when he auditioned and 16 when the show premiered. This made him the only actor among the 3 main protagonists who was close to his character's high school age. Throughout the series, Haywood appeared in every single episode, distinguishing him as the only cast member to maintain a consistent presence from start to finish. After a brief departure due to salary disputes, Ernest Thomas and Fred Berry left the show, leaving Haywood Nelson to carry an episode on his own. According to rumor, Haywood played a significant role in naming the show. After I'm like, man, we gotta call it What's Happening. And everybody was like, what? And everybody was like, yeah. I said, like what's happening, cool. And everybody was like, yeah. And then, everybody chimed in. After the show ended, Haywood pursued studies in architecture and electronics engineering. He made guest appearances in one episode of The White Shadow in 1979 and portrayed the character Kowalski in the 1981 horror film Evil Speak. Haywood later reunited with his old friends for What's Happening Now. He also appeared in a 1990 episode of Dragnet before taking a hiatus from acting. He briefly returned in 2003 to portray himself in the film. These days, Haywood Nelson keeps a low profile, but during the height of his fame, he and his co-stars were sensations, sought after for every talk show and magazine. In an era before the internet and social media, they managed to keep their private lives away from the cameras effortlessly. Years after the show that propelled him to fame ended, Haywood opened up about his love life and shared some infatuations he had while filming. Surprisingly, he nearly married a famous actress who had a small role in What's Happening. In an interview with Essence magazine a few years ago, now 58-year-old Haywood confessed his crush on his co-stars Danielle Spencer, who portrayed Dee Thomas on the series, and Shirley Hemphill, who played Shirley Wilson. I had a big crush on Dee. She's amazing, and if our age difference weren't an issue, it would have been very tempting waters. Dee was sharp and a clever young girl. She could talk back to adults and get away with it. I also had a crush on Shirley. I loved her wit. I admire people who are fearless, and being a spiritual person, I connected with her spiritually. The actor-turned-producer also revealed that he nearly married Debbie Morgan, well known for her role in the series All My Children. Reflecting on their relationship, Haywood admitted that his youthful recklessness led to its demise, something he deeply regrets. Now, Debbie Morgan, who appeared on the show, and I used to date. It was my fault. I blew it. It didn't work out because I was too young driving around in a Porsche, interested in road trips with my boys when she wanted more time. If I had my head on right, I would have married her. Both stars eventually moved on with their lives. Haywood is now married to Kanadia Sky, a member of the royal family of Saudi Arabia and Dubai. She also serves as his attorney and operates an oil petroleum technology corporation named Skywood, where Haywood has been consulting in recent years. They married in 2014, and since then the former actor has maintained a low profile, likely due to the responsibilities and expectations that come with being part of a royal family, where discretion is crucial to protect the family's reputation. While Haywood Nelson has stepped away from the screen, he remains actively involved in the entertainment industry behind the scenes, primarily working as part of production crews. Over the years, he has contributed his expertise to numerous TV and talk shows and has provided consultancy services to various production companies. As of 2024, at 64 years old, Haywood continues to play a significant role in shaping the entertainment landscape, albeit away from the spotlight he once graced as a beloved actor. Fred Berry as Freddie Rerun Stubbs. Fred Berry, known as Freddie Rerun Stubbs, brought comedic flair to the role of Rerun on the hit show What's Happening? With his trademark red beret and suspenders, he often stole the show with his witty humor and memorable dance moves. Despite being teased for his weight and perceived slow wit, Rerun charmed audiences with his infectious energy and iconic catchphrase, which lent its name to the show itself. Born on March 19, 1951, Fred was already 25 years old when he took on the role of the teenage Rerun. Originally written for a skinny white actor, Fred impressed producers with his audition, famously quipping, "I am a skinny white guy." This charisma led the producers to rewrite the character specifically for him. Fred earned the nickname Rerun due to his habit of repeating classes in summer school. His character's comedic timing and dance prowess were a reflection of his real-life talents. He honed his dancing skills as a street dancer and was a founding member of the Lockers, a renowned dance troupe. The group's appearance on the early episodes of Saturday Night Live in 1975 cemented their status in pop culture. On What's Happening, the Lockers appeared as the Rockets, a dance group Rerun auditioned for within the storyline. Fred Berry's portrayal of Rerun not only showcased his comedic talents, but also his impressive dancing abilities, making him a beloved figure on the show and beyond. Fred Berry gained immense popularity for his role in What's Happening, to the extent that he legally changed his middle name to Rerun. However, behind the scenes, Fred faced personal struggles exacerbated by his fame. As the fat jokes aimed at his character increased, Fred began to take them personally, leading to a spiral of heavy drinking and drug use. He made 3 attempts to leave behind his celebrity status and the accompanying riches, feeling disillusioned with it all. His teenage experimentation with drugs and alcohol escalated with his success, as he could afford to indulge excessively. At one point, he was even purchasing drugs from individuals working on the studio lot. In a candid interview with the Cincinnati Call and Post, Berry revealed, "I was addicted to drugs and alcohol for 10 years and probably spent $1 million partying and tried to commit suicide 3 times. I just got tired of being tired and decided to rededicate my life to the Lord in 1984. In another interview with People magazine, Fred candidly expressed, "The stress of success got to me, the fat jokes got to me. I was empty inside." His behavior off camera earned him a reputation as a troublemaker. Seeking higher pay, he once convinced co-star Ernest Thomas to go on strike with him. Fed up with his antics, the show's producers eventually canceled the series rather than meet his demands. After What's Happening, Fred struggled with financial mismanagement, reportedly spending over $1 million on cars, homes, and drugs. He battled obesity and struggled with addictions to alcohol, substances, food, and relationships, having been married 6 times to 4 women. Despite these challenges, his fame from the show occasionally landed him small roles and guest appearances in productions like Martin, In the Hood, Bum Runner, and Scrubs. Following this spiritual recommitment, Berry experienced a transformative recovery. He successfully overcame his addictions and stopped his cycle of suicide attempts. Embracing his faith, Berry redirected his life towards spreading the gospel. He began speaking at churches, schools, and various community groups, sharing his journey of redemption and offering hope to others facing similar struggles. Despite his success, Berry's personal life was tumultuous. He married and divorced 4 different women a total of 6 times. In 2003, Berry passed away from natural causes at the age of 52, leaving behind his wife and 3 children. Following his acting career, Berry found solace and purpose as an associate minister and evangelist at a church near Huntsville, Alabama. In an interview with the Los Angeles Sentinel, he reflected on his spiritual journey, expressing a profound connection to the church, where he felt the power of God like never before. His legacy endures through his contributions to entertainment and his spiritual leadership in the community. Ernest Lee Thomas as Roger Raj Thomas. Ernest Thomas, known for his role as Roger Raj Thomas, portrayed the main character on the sitcom What's Happening. Raj was a high school student characterized by his good manners but notoriously bad dance moves. Living with his younger sister Dee and their divorced mother Mabel, Raj stood out among his friends as the intellectual one. Throughout the series, Raj pursued his dream of becoming a screenwriter, often saving up for a typewriter or attempting to impress television producers. Raj was instantly recognizable with his thick-rimmed glasses, a quintessential cliché of the thoughtful and slightly nerdy character. He was beloved for his distinctive voice, which alternated between a high-pitched laugh that brought laughter to viewers and an exaggerated deep tone used to impress older girls. Ernest Thomas, an African-American actor born in Indiana in 1949, gained prominence in the mid-1970s, and established himself as a multifaceted entertainer. His career began with a notable debut in the 1974 Broadway production Love for Love. Thomas honed his craft at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts before relocating to Los Angeles to pursue a full-time acting career. Soon after, Thomas secured roles in prominent television series, including The Jeffersons, as Ronnie Walker, and the 1975 hit Beretta. His versatility shone through with appearances on The Brady Bunch Hour and a memorable role as Kai Luba in the miniseries Roots, following his consideration for the lead role of Kunta Kinte. Thomas continued to leave his mark with varied roles in shows such as Everybody Hates Chris, where he played Mr. Omar, Basketball Girlfriend as Lenny, and Malcolm X as Sidney. Beyond acting, he is the founder of Bravo Kid Entertainment, showcasing his commitment to creative endeavors and the entertainment industry. Despite Ernest Thomas's extensive filmography, his most iconic role remains that of Roger Raj Thomas on the beloved sitcom What's Happening, and its sequel, What's Happening Now. The role catapulted Thomas to stardom, but it came with sacrifices. He candidly shared, "I lost a few friends when I landed Raj because everyone wanted to be Raj. I auditioned against over 200 actors for the role. After numerous callbacks and screen tests, Thomas secured the coveted role, which he believed was a result of divine intervention following his prayers." Taking on the role at just 26 years old, Thomas quickly became a household name as Raj, contributing to the show's immediate success and high ratings during its original run from 1976 to 1979. His portrayal endeared him to fans, and along with fame came wealth and influence, marking a significant milestone in his young acting career. Thomas later reprised his role in the sequel, What's Happening Now?, which aired for 3 years starting in 1985 after a 6-year hiatus. After the conclusion of What's Happening, Ernest Thomas found himself grappling with the unexpected weight of fame and affluence at a young age. The sudden cancellation of the show came as a devastating blow, a discovery he made from a newsstand, which would profoundly impact his life. Thomas admitted he spiraled into a period of depression following the show's end, turning to drugs like cocaine, crack, and marijuana. These substances provided a fleeting sense of euphoria, but ultimately led him into a darker realm, where he battled addiction and encountered profound inner turmoil. Reflecting on those turbulent times, Thomas acknowledged the allure of drugs, describing the initial rush as awesome. However, he also confronted the destructive aftermath, where negative thoughts and feelings of inadequacy haunted him. Ernest Thomas faced a turning point in his life as he struggled with addiction after the end of What's Happening. Initially, he tried to manage his drug use, but over time, things spiraled out of control. His wake-up call came when he lost everything and was evicted from his home, unable to afford rent. Moving in with his supportive sister, Thomas realized he needed a drastic change. Inspired by his Muslim upbringing, Thomas turned back to his faith and began praying fervently for help in overcoming his addiction. His journey to recovery took a pivotal turn when a Muslim acquaintance spoke to him candidly, urging him to reclaim his life. Since developing a personal relationship with God in 1975 and embracing Islam, Thomas has been vocal about the transformative power of faith in his life. He attributes all his achievements to God's guidance and believes in sharing the message of God's unconditional love and ability to perform miracles. Thomas has channeled his experiences into his book, From Raj to Riches, Overcoming Life Through Faith, aiming to inspire others to prioritize their faith and trust in God, even amidst the challenges of showbiz. Debbie Morgan as Diane Harris. Debbie Morgan, born on September 20, 1951, in Dunn, North Carolina, rose to prominence with her role as a recurring cast member on the ABC sitcom in 1976-1977. Following the show's cancellation, she embarked on a prolific acting career that continues to thrive today. Her journey in entertainment has spanned a wide array of roles, showcasing her versatility and talent across television and film. Notably, Debbie Morgan has left an indelible mark on television with her roles in iconic series such as All My Children, Loving, Generations, and The City. Her portrayal in the miniseries Roots: The Next Generations further solidified her reputation as a formidable actress capable of tackling complex and memorable characters. In 1989, Debbie Morgan achieved a significant milestone in her career by becoming the first African-American actress to win the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. Beyond her acclaimed television roles, Debbie Morgan's career has encompassed various film projects, demonstrating her ability to excel in both mediums. As a trailblazer in the entertainment industry, Debbie Morgan continues to inspire with her commitment to storytelling and her advocacy for greater inclusivity in media. Her legacy serves as a testament to the power of talent, perseverance, and the enduring impact of representation in television and film. Earl Billings as Rob. Earl Billings, born on July 4, 1945, in Cleveland, Ohio, United States, has carved out a notable career in both television and film, leaving a lasting impression with his diverse roles and distinctive presence on screen. While he is best known for his role as Rob on ABC's beloved television series What's Happening, Earl Billings has showcased his versatility across various genres and platforms. Beyond his memorable stint on What's Happening, Earl Billings has made impactful appearances in numerous television shows and films. His credits include roles in acclaimed productions such as Antwone Fisher, where he delivered a compelling performance, and American Splendor, a film celebrated for its innovative approach to storytelling. Television audiences may also recognize Earl Billings from his appearances in popular series like The Incredible Hulk, where he brought depth to his characters, and Something New, a romantic comedy that resonated with audiences for its fresh take on love and relationships. In addition to his television and film work, Earl Billings has extended his talents to various projects, including memorable guest spots on shows like Misguided. Earl Billings' career is a testament to his dedication to the craft of acting and his ability to bring authenticity to every role he undertakes. Why was What's Happening canceled? ABC made the decision not to renew What's Happening for a fourth season, despite its consistent popularity and strong ratings. The network and the show's cast and crew were unable to come to an agreement on salary increases and renewal terms, leading to the series concluding after its third season on March 26, 1988. Following the end of What's Happening, many of the original cast members continued their careers in the entertainment industry. Several of them reprised their roles in the sequel, What's Happening Now, while others pursued diverse projects in both television and film. Unfortunately, some cast members have since passed away, leaving behind legacies that continue to be celebrated by fans of the series. From their early days on the set to their current endeavors, the cast of What's Happening remains fondly remembered by fans. What's your favorite memory or character from the show? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content in the future. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.